Hello and a very warm welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I want to talk about the real estate market in Mexico and give you the 5 places where I think you could do best if you invest in the real estate market. Now, Mexico is really an up and coming country. It has had steady GDP growth over the last 10 years. And this is expected to continue over the foreseeable future for the next 10-15 years. And this can only put Mexico in good stead. But also what I think is very important about Mexico is that the population is increasing and you've got a thriving middle class now in Mexico. And this is set to continue. And this is why I feel if you put your money in the real estate market here, you could do well. Although taxes, I think, at the moment are not that favorable for foreign buyers. But anyway, I wanted to start by giving you position number 5, and that's the town of Merida. Now, Merida is a stunning colonial city close to the Caribbean Sea on the Yucatan Peninsula, and it is actually the gateway to the Mayan city of Chichen Itza, which you should really go and visit. It has great Airbnb potential and a thriving expat community. And it actually has an airport as well. So it flies mainly internally, but there are some international destinations as well. So it flies to Miami, Toronto, Dallas, and Houston. So that's not too bad for not a really huge town. And look at the population. In 2000, it was 810,000 people. But by 2020, this had increased to 1,161,000. And by 2035, it is expected to grow to 1,415,000. So that can only be good for the real estate market. And your prices here are pretty cheap. So if you go literally outside the city center, you can find good property here for well under $1,000 per square meter. But even more centrally, you could get something really good for $1,300 to $1,500 per square meter. The only downside is the average salary here is less than $500 a month net. Coming in at number 4, and I've already done a video on this city, and it is the capital, Mexico City. Now, Mexico City, obviously being the capital and more of a business city, is a lot more expensive, but you can get good central property here for $3,000 per square meter. And I think the best place to invest in Mexico City is actually Santa Fe, where you can get property for around $3,000 per square meter. But moreover, the yields here are pretty good at around 6 to 6.5% gross, although taxes are not that favorable. Now, what I also like, as with Merida, is that the population is increasing. So in 2010, it was 20,137,000. In 2020, nearly 21.9. It was around 21,920,000. And by 2035, it is expected to grow to 25.4 million. So this is great. Absolutely fantastic for the property market. And Airbnb looks very good here as well, because look at the tourist numbers. In 2010 to 2019, tourism actually doubled in Mexico City. So as I say, this is really good for the Airbnb market. Now, if you're going for obviously the biggest city in one of the big cities in Mexico, really big cities, I would go for look no further than the capital here, Mexico City. And the airport is exceptional as well. It's got a fantastic airport. Mexico City flies all around the world. Now, coming in at number 3, and this is a destination which a lot of you Americans will know about, and a lot of Europeans as well, and it's Cancun. Now, I understand it is a bit more of a mature destination, but look at the population growth here as well. In 2000, population was 438,000 people. In 2020, it had risen to 972,000. But by 2035, we're looking at Cancun having a population of 1.2 million people. So again, this is excellent growth and good for the real estate market. The average salary here is not fantastic, but it's not too bad. It's around $600 a month net and increasing. So I think there is good potential here. And you can get property in the city center of Cancun for under $1,500 per square meter if you look closely. And outside, you can get some really cheap property for well under $1,000 per square meter. And there's also here nearby you do have Maya archaeological sites. So this also is, as well as the beautiful beaches, you do have these sites. So again, this is great for the Airbnb market. Now, Cancun has the second busiest airport in Mexico, and it has been expanding a lot over the last few years or so. And it actually has 4 terminals. That's actually more than Mexico City. So it has 4 terminals, and it flies to many, many destinations in Europe, US, and South America. So really, you can really class this as an international airport. Now, number 2 is Tulum. And Tulum is a wonderful little place. It isn't a huge place, Tulum, but it is a favorite with tourists and expats. And look at the population growth. In 2008, you had around 10,000 people living here. But by 2020, this was over 45,000. So the population in the last 12, 13 years has more than quadrupled. And tourism as well here has absolutely skyrocketed. Now, Tulum actually is the fastest growing city in Mexico, and it is an upscale place, very, very upscale. It's on the more expensive side, so 2-bed condos of 100 square meters will go for $300,000. But there is more limited space to build here in the city center, and it is actually it is a well preserved place. It has ruins, great beaches on the Riviera Maya, and it is really, really a chic town. And you've got lots of new stores openings, bars, clubs, eateries. So I think this place has got great Airbnb potential. And actually, average salaries are more than $600 a month net. So that is pretty good. Now, you're wondering which is the number 1 destination. Well, the number 1 destination, and I think this is not going to really surprise a lot of people, and it is an absolute favorite with people from the US. And US people have been coming here for many, many years. And it's considered possibly, I think, the most picturesque place in Mexico. And it is the beautiful colonial city of San Miguel de Allende. Now, the entire town in 2008 was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And it is actually, San Miguel de Allende is actually on Mexico's Bajío region. It's about 170 miles northwest of Mexico. And what I like here, there is strict planning when building, so you cannot easily build here. And that will keep prices high and go higher in the real estate market. And it's what I like too, it's an all year round destination. And because the climate here never gets either too hot or too cold. So you can, if you do buy here and rent your Airbnb, you can rent it all the year round. Visitors are coming here all times of the year. And it is actually a favorite wedding destination as well. Now, in 2010, the population here was 160,000. And it has grown in 2020 to 174,000. So not too bad. I mean, it's not as good as the other cities I've mentioned, but there are more and more expats coming to live, retire. There's more digital nomads coming here to spend some quality time. And actually, 2-bed condos can go here in the city center for under $200,000. Not bad when you consider how popular the place is. And outside the city center, you can actually buy property for under $1,000 per square meter. And the average salaries are a tad on the downside here. So you're looking at less than $500 per month net. So as in many places, the salaries are not fantastic. But anyway, I think because San Miguel de Allende is the most popular place, I would actually put it as the number 1 destination. Anyway, love to hear your thoughts. if you bought in Mexico, where would you buy? Where do you think prices are going to rise most in the future? Anyway, that's it for today. If you like this video, please do click the like button. It does help this video get out to more people on YouTube. If you like my channel, please do subscribe, and I'll see you very, very soon on the next video. Have an amazing day, and bye.